Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. In 2016, Lagos State emerged as the fifth largest economy in Africa. That is aggregation of the economic activities in Lagos alone. Removing Nigeria out of it, Lagos State was adjudged the fifth largest economy in Africa. You can therefore now understand why the Indigenes of Lagos State want to stand alone. You must have heard that the Indigenes of Lagos State has taken a position on the return to regional government. That is what we're going to look at in this video. Now, the Indigenes of Lagos State have vowed to reject a bill seeking the return of Nigeria to regional government. Speaking under the aegis of the Renaissance Patriots Foundation, the Indigenes, in a statement by its media office, revealed that the proposed bill seeking approval of the National Assembly to return Nigeria to a regional system is said to be considered, but insisted that Lagos people will not be part of the Western region. The Renaissance Patriots, in a statement by Adelani Adebiji-Adele, said, this bill that is being proposed or suggested spells an ominous sign to us from Lagos State. It is a further attempt to subsume our aspiration into a larger group that is antithetical to whatever we believe in as indigenes of the state. The first and most important is that vast consultations were not held on the matter to find out if being submerged into another subgroup is a thing we desire. It cannot be generally assumed. It cannot be generally assumed. Generally, and since Lagos and its environs became a colony, we have always maintained that we prefer a stand-alone status and not to be part of any Western region or province. In recent times, our various indigenous groups had always maintained that we as indigenes of Lagos had always been having a raw deal from our neighbors in the southwest who see nothing good in us, as they are only for the project to marginalize us and see our state as spoil of war. We recall that in our history of over 100 years, Lagos indigenes in their various forms, towns, and villages have never made progress and development as part of any region, not to talk of Western region. The brief balkanization of our state to be part of the Western region was an aberration. Nothing should be assumed, especially from the content of this proposed bill, especially if it has the inclusion of Lagos State as part of any region. We demand a referendum to reflect the wishes of the people. We, the Indigenes of Lagos State, do not wish to be part of the regional state as being proposed in the bill returning Nigeria to the regional government. Our leaders and traditional rulers opposed it in 1953, and we gained respite in 1967. We, the offspring of our heroes past, will not accept it. End of quote and statement. This is the Indigenes of Lagos State speaking, taking a position on this matter. And they went further to also say, we enjoin our representatives in the National Assembly to consult with the elder statesmen and stakeholders before taking any action on the bill. This is beyond the ruling party and state government affairs. Lagos State cannot be brought into nothingness through the Southwest Region proposal by this bill surreptitiously. The old cry of our struggle during colonial rule still stands. That's the final quote from this statement by the Indigenes of Lagos State. Now, you know that since the bill titled A Bill for an Act to substitute the annex to Decree 24 of 1999 with a new governance model for the Federal Republic of Nigeria surfaced on the social media, it was actually a bill that was drafted by Dr. Akin Fakwehunden. This bill has generated mixed reaction. So what we just heard now is the reaction of Indigenes of Lagos State. They said that they were not consulted, but I don't think that the drafter of this bill did wide consultation with any part of the country, but it was his idea of throwing it out there so that during the debates, the amendments can be done to it. So the Lagos Indigenes said that they were not consulted when this proposal was made. I think they were taking it a bit too far. But what is not lost is the fact that Lagos State feel it has the capacity to be alone, that it does not want to be part of the Western region, and that it had harrowing experience being part of the Western region. And you can understand that Lagos State, being the federal capital territory at the time for years, since 1914, was a center of national attention. That was why you can see that the West, under the regional government we had in the First Republic, you can see that Enugu was the capital of the Eastern region. Kaduna was the capital of the Northern region. Ibadan was the capital of the Western region. And the Midwestern region was Benin, I think. So you would have thought that Lagos ought to have been the center of Western region. You can see that Lagos was treated as a separate entity, sort of, in the old Western region in terms of the structuring of the system at the time. You have heard about the Cocoa House in Ibadan and all the things that was done in Ibadan because it was the capital of Western region. It was because Lagos was being developed as a separate entity. Perhaps that was where the Lagosians get the impression that they are different from the rest of the Southwest. And you can see, ordinarily you would have expected these indigenes to treat their Southwest brothers, but they were careful in their statement. They didn't call the Southwest people their brothers. They talk about that they have had a rough deal with their Southwest neighbors, because it's assumed under this context that they were brothers, being of the same ethnicity, sort of. But that is not the way they are looking at it. They feel that they are being used by people of Southwest, that they are going to have a raw deal if they are lumped up together with the rest of the Southwest, and that they want to be alone. And of course, you know that Lagos, being alone, can survive effectively. As I told you in the beginning of this video, in 2016, Lagos emerged the 5th largest economy in Africa. That's a big deal for just a state in Nigeria. So it means that of all the states in Nigeria, it's one of the few geographical entities that can stand as a country on its own or whatever, and be viewed to be far more developed than the rest of the country because of the accident of history and location. Lagos is prime for huge success. And I think Lagos, from what these indigenes are saying, they see other Southwesterners as parasitic, people who want to take advantage of them. And you can see in their statement, they were saying that their neighbors don't see anything good about them. They disparage them. They don't see anything good about them. That's why it's also important that people should be careful about the loose talks they make about their neighbors, their brothers, their kinsmen, or whatever. So they don't treat them with respect. They don't see them as of any use. Okay, and it affects people psychologically what you say about them. Because I have heard people, including people of other Southwest people, talk about disparagingly about Lagos indigenes, that they are not hardworking, that they are just selling off their lands and all kinds of things. You know, this is a kind of mentality that must have inspired these people to say, look, we want to be alone. And of course, recent history of Lagos in contemporary times show that Lagos indigenes are being marginalized, from what I understand. I understand that since 1999, Ambode is the first indigene of Lagos, original indigene, or you can say an aborigine of Lagos, to be governor of the state, of Lagos State. So all these are the kind of things that inspire their desire to be on their own. Because, come to think of it, the Ambode had a rough deal with the godfather of Lagos, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He was the only governor since 1999 that they never allowed to do second term. And he is the first indigene, original indigene. All the other governors, allegedly, all came from several parts of Southwestern region. But the important thing is that this bill has thrown up a conversation. And this conversation is good for the country. At the end of the day, nobody knows the direction this bill is going to go, whether it's going to even go any further than what we are discussing right now. Because already the National Assembly has denied it, but I keep saying their denial does not mean that the bill does not exist. It's just that it has not been formally presented to them. But it has opened up conversation around the country. And you will share more when the push comes to shove. You will hear more about this bill, and you will hear reactions like this kind of reaction from Lagos State. Already we have seen the reaction of many northern commentators who are opposed to regional government, saying it is to their disadvantage, okay, and all kinds of reasons that they are given. And this bill is really a bill that is loaded with innovative ideas, including the right for self-determination by any region in the country. So with that kind of bill, Lagos indigenes should welcome it with open hands, because it means that Lagos can even decide to be a country of its own. If it felt marginalized in Western region, in Southwest region or any part thereof that it is a part of. So it is still all part of the conversation of Nigeria, the way forward. I think they have made their stand and people should not disparage them, because I know that their reaction have been has elicited angry response from their Southwest neighbors who are not happy about our reaction. But that is their feeling. They have to say it. I know that many Southwest people look up to Lagos as their their melting pot. Okay, and when they talk about that, they have that Southwest has everything they need to survive. Basically, they are talking about Lagos. Now, Lagos indigenes are saying, we are not going to be part of you. We are going to stand alone. You can be Southwest region. We can be good neighbors, but we don't want to belong in the same region with you. That is a conversation that will continue for quite a while Nigerians debate this new regional government proposal. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it hard and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.